It's Filaments and Fibre Christmas Special with Steve Brooks and Stephanie Lester.
You have no idea how much fannying about it took to get that to play this morning.
And why is it a Christmas special? We're doing nothing any different to normal, except that we're going to slag off Christmas.
Well, and we will be talking about Christmas presents.
It will be. We have been fanning around for the last 10 minutes. It's my fault. I do apologise.
All because
the
we
lady
have to
loves
switch
milk
the
tray,
mics.
so that's my age.
And normally, obviously, Steve insists on being number one mic, and I'm number two. And just because it didn't quite work that way, he's number two mic, and I'm number one. And he's all a cock, is what he said.
Thank you. I take that as a compliment.
I wouldn't.
Right. It's a great way to start our Christmas. Yeah, you might be wondering, folks, why we're here. Well, we often wonder that every day of the week. Because we did one last week, but we thought we're not going to do an unboxing day because we'll either be A, pissed or B, asleep.
Yeah, probably both.
Probably both. Can you keep your gob near the mic?
Yeah,
I know I don't have trouble hearing you sometimes, but there's something wrong with your microphone today, which is why we've been fanning around, as Steph said, for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because she sounded as though she got her head in a bucket.
It's a classic case of I love the look of this mic. Which is why I've insisted upon it.
If you remember Elvis's mic, is that sort of silver with the slots in it.
But it's not quite as good, is it?
No, it's... I've powered you. You've got 45 and whatever going through that. But it's not working right. No. I'll buy you a mic. I'll lash out.
You're so bloody generous.
I know. Well, I don't want to sound crap. No,
I know. It's only because you don't want to sound crap, basically.
Anyway.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go.
Not quite everywhere, actually.
No. We look outside now, it doesn't look much like Christmas. It's all right.
We haven't got the tree up yet, have we?
No, we haven't got the tree up. We haven't got any decks up.
No.
We've been busy. Busy.
We don't, these days, put the tree up until right before Christmas and decorate it up.
Because you keep the decorations up until when, Stephanie?
6th of Feb.
Yes, because?
That's when the Queen leaves them up till. Because
Really?
that's the anniversary of the death of her father, and she leaves it up to celebrate. If it's good enough for her, it's good enough for me.
Good enough for the Queen. It's
Absolutely.
good enough for the Queen of Tooting.
Yes.
Yes. Yep. So there we are. So we were a little bit delayed in getting our decorations up this year.
We did have fun buying the tree, though, didn't we?
Oh yeah, it was lovely. Our tree buying experience was actually quite nice.
Well, firstly. There's the sat-nav issue, which we're having at the moment, isn't it? Number one, when anybody comes to... This is slight digregging. Number one, when anybody comes to look at our house, they put the postcode in and it doesn't bring them here. It brings them to the new buildings estate down the end of the road. Who knows? We then put the postcode in to go to the farm to get the Christmas tree, and it took us in completely the opposite direction.
Well, it took us almost, and then it veered off 2.5, 3 miles another direction to the same postcode, it said.
Bizarre.
But we bought from a lovely little farm, a family-owned farm, not far from Stratford, where they grow the trees in the field. It's the most environmentally friendly way of buying a Christmas tree.
Yes.
And we arrived, and the farmer
came out from his
house and morning.
Yep.
He didn't say morning, but that's the stereotypical
it was great. It
farmer
absolutely
accent,
looked like he just walked off the field, as any farmer should do. And I have to say, because I'm a bit partial to animals and things, and they're the most beautiful cows in the shed, didn't he?
Yes.
And what I loved about it was I looked over and I said, what beautiful cows. And being a fantastic farmer, he said thank you.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously very proud of those cows.
He's
and it was just
proud of
beautiful.
his cows.
Yes.
Yeah, they were lovely. And they were, what were they?
They weren't
Friesians, because Friesians are what I'm wearing at the moment.
I do. They were the colour of like Jersey cows, but they weren't.
That's what the Jersey colour, the Hereford Jersey Hereford colour. Yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah, they were lovely. Yeah. So and I didn't let the incident go by without my usual. Do we get it cheaper if we buy 2?
To which he said, "I'm sorry, I've gone a bit deaf." As polite as he was. My sound went then.
Did get $2.50 off though.
Did you? $2.50.
Bloody great.
Just because they rounded up, presumably down.
Because I was paying cash.
See,
cash still talks. Cash is king in some places.
I just think you couldn't be asked to get the change out, babe.
in a barn in the field. Cash is king at the moment. So we've got two now. We got a tree for our daughter-in-law.
Yes.
For Em, and one for us. And it's still sat outside because you can't be asked to put it up.
Well, no, that's not true.
No, it's not true. I can put it up, but you won't be decorating.
You put it up, and then I do the decorating.
Yeah.
I have a system.
You do have a system.
But what was also lovely was dropping the tree off, because when we dropped the tree off to Em, and Stan and Ez were there, and so classic Stan, who's like, is he 9 or 10 at the moment?
You can never remember. You still think he's 5.
I know, he's probably 9, but 9 going on 17 type thing, because he was.
No, he's more than that, because he's taking his 11 plus next year. So he was 10.
Is he actually 10?
Yeah.
Okay. But he's on the sofa, looking at his game, very sort of, whatever.
Yeah.
And you've got
cool.
Ez, who's just all over it.
He's fine,
Can we open it? Can we open it when we're doing it? Oh, just
trying to
love
help me in with it,
Oh,
trying to drag
I know,
it, help
getting
me
in the
drag
way.
it through. And he's a strong little lad for 5.
He is.
But,
He is. Hilarious.
It's lovely. It was
Hilarious.
lovely.
So, that was great.
We've got to mention, because I talked earlier on about cows, and
Oh, yeah.
we had, if you haven't listened to last week's podcast, I'm not going to go over it in detail, but we do an advent calendar for each other, where each day in December we give each other a little present at breakfast.
There's no theme these days.
No,
it's
there's no
just
theme.
random.
It's just random,
Yeah.
and it's smaller presents, and it's our Christmas starts the 1st of December then.
Yes.
And my present yesterday was a pair of underpants. Now, not any old underpants.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh,
These are specials. These are. First of all, they're called Oddballs.
That's the company.
That's the company, yeah. No, that's not a reflection on my physique. But they're called Oddballs, and they are compression pants. Don't know why, but they're bloody comfortable.
Well, that's the thing, is that you not having balls myself. When it said compression pants, I thought means nothing to me. Only thing I've ever heard of is compression socks when you go on an aeroplane. So I thought,
maybe this does the same thing. It stops it swelling up on the aeroplane. But on the bag, it's got Oddballs compression.
nice. But the best thing of all in the choice, so I saw those and I thought, oh, yes, that looks interesting. We'll have a go with that. But then it was the pattern. Because there were so many patterns to choose from. And guess which one I chose? It's called
Fat
Cow.
Fat Cow. Because it is the Frisian...
What's it, black and white?
Yeah, that's the Frisians, isn't it? Black and white.
Probably.
Anyway, the sort of black and white. And they're quite long.
Yes.
They come down halfway down your thighs. And they are really... I've got them on now, and they are really comfortable.
There you go.
They feel lovely against your skin.
Could be the way to go.
It could be a good... I mean, I do have Knobbys, you see. That's no. Cindy, you'll know what I mean in Australia. Knobbys are the... No, stop laughing. You know what I mean. No. Stop it. There's a serious clothing issue here. Yeah. Knobbys are the type of pants, the manufacturer.
The name of the company which does pants.
The brand of pants that I buy from Australia.
Is a monthly subscription.
Yeah. I have a monthly subscription from Knobbys.
Not conscription. You say
no
conscription.
Did I?
Jesus
Yes, I have to
Christ.
go and serve time for wearing my Knobbys. They're a brand. They're in Australia, so I get told when they're leaving Australia, and I trace them across the world, and they arrive to me, and they're really outlandish,
colourful. The themes are amazing, aren't they?
Themes, space, or dinosaurs, and everything. So, thing is, nobody sees them except for us.
No.
And so, but as Mum would say, if you ever have an accident, get run over by a bus, you've got to have clean pants on. Well, I'll tell you what, paramedics love a fit with it.
Oh. But now you have this new pair of compression pants.
Of Fat Cow compression pants. The only thing I'd say, if I stopped in the field for a piss, I'd be Roger sentenced by a bull, I think, at the moment.
No, maybe not.
It looks, they do look from a distance as though it's because they're quite long, but they are very, very comfortable. So thank you for that.
That's okay.
But a more serious note, serious note here. They come with some instructions. I've never had instructions.
Not instructions for the pants.
No, this is instructions, and this is quite serious, about the raising awareness of testicular cancer.
Indeed.
And which is no laughing matter, but what is quite humorous, and Steph and I find humour in anything.
Anything.
Are the 4 stages, the 4 instructions. And now, for the Blooms girls that are listening, this is especially for you, I'm afraid, only you, we're doing a little video.
Yeah.
We might put it out generally, we'll see. But just look out for the video of Steph performing these 4 stages of checking if you've got testicular cancer, which is, I'm not joking about this, it's just the stages. So let's go through them one at a time. And we were just to set the scene. We were sitting at the breakfast table near the fruit bowl when I read these out to you. Right? Okay.
Just think oranges.
1. Using both hands, feel one testicle at a time.
I'm doing the actions, girls.
You can't not do them. 2. Between your thumb and finger, inspect by rolling the testicle.
I have to say, you can't do that without dropping it.
Or doing it. Don't continue rolling it. Bloody hell. Christ.
It's more of a twist.
You're not unscrewing a bottle of Prosecco. Christ. Okay.
You don't unscrew a bottle of Prosecco. How awful.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Number 3. Here we are.
You pop it.
Now, this has confused you to start with. Familiarise yourself with the spermatic cord and epididymis tube that connects to the backside of each testicle. Got you wondering, didn't it? And number 4, feel for lumps, bumps and changes in size. It is normal for one testicle to be larger than the other.
Satsuma versus orange?
Yeah, you had Satsuma versus large Jaffa. Yeah. So, again, just to say, anyway, I'm not making fun of testicular cancer. It's a serious situation, you have to. But I think the way they do it in a package like this is the best way, because it appeals to your sense of humour, but it also makes you think,
I also think it is a good idea to actually joke around and do things, because it actually makes things passed around, and that information, even if you're joking about it, it's still information
It
passed.
makes it more,
yes.
Well, palatable is not the word, is it? No, that's not really the word, but you know what I mean. No. You know, it's more acceptable to talk about it, because these things, we don't get talked about enough.
No.
And what does get talked about is the way you treat me. Gets talked about a lot.
By who? By you?
By me.
Only by you. Nobody else cares.
Most things happen at the breakfast table in this house, don't they? Because we spend the first part of the day
after the walk.
After the walk, yeah. So our day doesn't really begin until lunchtime.
Not really.
We get back from the walk about 10:15.
I do the birds.
You do your birds. I
get the
things out ready for breakfast, and then we sort of breakfast about.
And at the moment we have advent calendars.
So by the time we start any serious work, it's lunchtime. But the other day I was talking to you about the post that I was putting on Instagram, because I've done a bit of a Instagram push at the moment to get things in front of people because of Christmas and everything, and my lamps and that sort of thing, doing some promotions and everything. And I forget what I put up, but it was something, and then I said, "Oh, I see you saw the post I put up."
You said, "Thanks for liking it."
And I said, "Yeah, thanks for liking it."
I said, "You're welcome."
Yeah, I said, and I said, "So what did you think?"
And I said, "I didn't bloody watch it."
And I was a bit perturbed. I said, you didn't watch it. You liked it, but you didn't watch it. It was a video that I'd crafted. I'd put titles on it. I'd put music behind it. And you'd liked it.
So basically, you're not very grateful for the like then?
No. And your reaction then was just...
Take the like and fuck off.
That's what you said to me. Take the like and fuck off. That is, folks, the sort of thing I have to put up with when in a... God, you know... Yo ho ho, it's Christmas again.
You reminded me of that. Yesterday morning I was crying with laughter.
This morning.
Crying with laughter. The thing was, what you don't understand is that you ranted for about 5 minutes about your bloody video. The thing is, and to be fair, when it comes to social media, sometimes we don't have time to listen and watch everything, and you think, well, what I'm going to do is support this person by doing a like or even doing a little share that you think, right, and then you move on because you think, I'll come back and I'll watch that later if I've got time. Not you. No, you want a full-on bleeding review at the breakfast table of everything you've done.
So folks, if you're ever asking somebody did they watch something and they say no but they liked it, be careful what you say, because they'll probably say to
thank you.
Just say thank you, otherwise they might say take the like and fuck off. Ah, dear. Yeah, but we do love Christmas. But it's not feeling that Christmassy at the moment of the weather. And we were out on our walk the other morning, and I don't know how we got onto this, but we were talking about the reindeer, weren't we? We were talking about Santa's reindeer.
Oh,
Santa's reindeer. Things we talk about.
What were we talking about? Santa's reindeer.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. But the fact is, we decided that it's time for a change. It's time that they were more up to date and more in keeping with the modern attitudes and everything, especially with us. So we decided to rename the reindeer. We haven't got all the way yet, but forget Dancer, Vixen, Prancer and whatever. We have now got Grumble, Bumble, Wobble, Farter and Prosecco.
Guess who's Prosecco?
We just need 4 left in the set.
They said, well, we won't have Rudolph with the red nose. And I said, oh, hang on a sec, Prosecco.
Yes, Prosecco
will have a red nose.
A red nose, yeah. Prosecco, the red-nosed reindeer. Shiny nose. Oh, God. Yeah, okay.
You always have to take it one step too far.
No, I was just sort of...
Every time.
I was just giving it some life.
No.
You're no fun. You're a bloody killjoy sometimes. Right, okay, so... what else are we going to talk about? We got much to... I don't know why we come on today, really, to be quite honest.
We have... But the thing is, you're just out of sorts because you're on bloody mic number 2.
I know, I don't like being on mic 2.
Hilarious.
I don't like mic 2.
So, the other thing that I said earlier, I can't remember if we've ever mentioned about Greg on TikTok.
We mentioned it last week.
Because I said die Greg, and then we didn't come back to it, did we? And it's someone on TikTok that we love.
Well, he's on Instagram everywhere.
Well, he's on his... I know, but we first met him on TikTok.
But you did. You talked. I don't talk very much.
No, nor do I. I've deleted it off my phone because it took up too much room. But that's just something else that I do quite... if something takes up too much room or the voice annoys me, it just gets deleted. Anyway, so Greg, and he is hilarious, and he gives his kind of review, doesn't he, of either his day or his week. Oh,
he's just hilarious. It's Greg Kata, Kata, and his Instagram is Kata Turtot, so KATATERTOT.
Okay.
Catatito.
But one of the things that he says is, I die Greg.
Oh, this guy, he's gay, and he's the funniest guy. He's obviously got a heart of gold. Part of what he does, he teaches children at school acting drama school. But he also his outlook on life and everything, and he does this wonderful little minute or so reel almost every day where the background changes and he talks so quickly. I know, and his humour is so fast.
But the hilarious thing is, you actually know all the people that live around him and walk past, because he'll actually say,
about Peggy,
Peggy, or this. And one of his neighbours who hadn't spoken to him for like 20 years or something, and then suddenly said, why hadn't he got any Christmas decorations up? And he rushed out to get some Christmas decorations. He hasn't got any money at the moment, so it was a bit sort of downbeat. And he even put a sign up saying, I'll be good, Peggy.
Yes. I mean, this guy is so popular. He's got 80,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
But look him up. He's Greg Kata, Kata, and he always ends every one of his little videos with "Find your joy."
Yeah, find your joy.
It is, and I actually messaged him the other week because whenever I'm feeling a little bit sort of stressed or down, which isn't very often, I'll listen to one of his. They're called Gregisms.
Yeah.
And it just so I messaged him and said, how much I enjoyed him, and he even messaged back and said love to us both and everything. But look him up. Look him up. Yes. He'll brighten your day. So much like we do.
Well, indeed.
Except not as rudely.
No. Well, the thing is, his are edited, ours aren't.
No.
What I was going to say.
Can you tell?
Yeah. What I was also going to say was one of the things. First, every year I think I do some sort of different craft at Christmas, and last year it was painting by numbers.
Oh yeah,
and I did that lion, which I love doing.
Yeah, something didn't add up about that.
Sorry,
something didn't add up about that.
Twat. And this year, I think it's going to be kintsugi.
Kintsugi.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. So, God, I was thinking, what's it? He's been talking about it.
Yes, been talking about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, and this came from the fact that I had a bit of an accident in the kitchen. Not that sort of accident. I opened a drawer, and the drawer should have a glass side on, but I think whoever put these new red drawers in admitted to put the glass side.
No, the glass side was in.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not there now. Never mind. Anyway,
but
a piece of very valuable Victorian pottery. No, it wasn't. It was a warming plate.
It's a bit more than a warming plate, but it is old, and
anyway,
it is beautiful, and it is mine.
Yeah, and the top slid through this hole onto the floor and broke.
Yeah. I love the way you tried to play it down, because I was in here and I heard Smash, it came out, and no, nothing's happened, no. And
no, I didn't. I didn't say nothing had happened.
And then you said, of course, we didn't want it anyway. And it was like...
well, we nearly got rid of it. And then
you nearly got rid of it until I saw you put it on the pile to throw away. And I was like, what the
Actually,
hell?
it is lovely. It's
it's even lovelier in bits now, yeah.
But I said, I can fix it, because the thing about old crockery like that is it doesn't break into thousands of pieces like the modern stuff you get. It broke into about 5 or 6 identifiable and mendable
and it's just
pieces.
the lid, the bottom's still intact.
It's the lid. The bottom has got a hole in, and it's got a place where you put warm water in, isn't it? And you put this is the lid. But then you said, oh no, I'll do it.
Yes,
I've got some cement to do it. And then that has now progressed from just fixing it with some pottery cement to a whole new Japanese craft that you've decided to import to do this, called kintsugi.
Always loved the idea of that.
And it's what I can only describe as decorative repairs. You repair pottery, but you repair it so that the mends can be seen, and with gold.
Yeah.
Is that how you would best describe it?
Yes, and I think it's obviously Japanese, and it comes from the whole Zen way, which is that your faults, as it were, are not faults, and your scars are not scars as in negative. They're all part of you, and they were a part of your learning process, and they're to be celebrated and to be enjoyed.
I must have learnt a lot then.
Yeah,
over the years.
So. Oh yeah.
So these scars, I'm not being funny now. They can be physical or emotional, or mental scars, emotional scars.
Everything's to
part of the
be
learning
mended,
process.
can be mended and adored, and not to be looked upon negatively. So that's the great thing about this. So when you've got a crack, you mend it with gold, and so that emphasises the fact that you did break it. It did fall out of the drawer, but now it's looking even more beautiful.
Yeah. So I've actually improved it. I feel better about myself now. Yeah.
It was quite amusing though, because when I was obviously, I then went and got myself a little instruction thing.
Oh, you bought an instruction. You went on a course and all sorts. So
I just did a little domestica course, but it was a lovely Italian lady explaining about who'd studied it all. But what I then find quite amusing is with the little kits that you get. Okay, now bearing in my mind, this is something you've broken and you now want to fix it. Okay, they then in all the kits give you a piece of pottery that you can break and then fix it, and you go, I'm sorry, I don't think that was quite the part of it. Was
point, is it?
I don't think that was what it was all.
No,
but obviously they, to practice. But there does seem to be this thing of now you can artistically break it. Oh, come on. We don't need any help with that.
No, we don't. We don't need any help with breaking things. Oh my God.
So anyway, but it does, as with everything, there's the quick version and the long version of this, and if you did it properly, the kintsugi, it will take about 3 months.
Yeah, that's because nothing should be rushed.
No, it's not just that. It's the lacquer. The lacquer that you use actually takes 3 months to properly cure to be able to be used with foodstuffs and things. Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
But you're going to do the quick hour-diet version.
Yeah.
Hour-diet, 5 seconds, there we are, we can use it now.
Well, it's just a lid, isn't
I'm
it?
looking forward to seeing how it comes out, this, because new craft hits us again. Remind me, I've got 2 things down, and one I've got is Wizard of Oz. Why did we talk about... we were talking about the Wizard of Oz yesterday, and you accused me of not knowing the story.
Yes, I did.
I did, but I just couldn't remember the ending. We were talking, and you said, something about The Wizard of Oz, and...
Oh, because I said, you haven't watched that, have you? And you said, yes, I have. And I said, oh, right.
Well, how does it end then, you
Because
said?
I said,
Yeah,
how does
yeah.
it end then? And you went, oh, because... And I said, because
the wizard
basically-
isn't a bad wizard. He's
That's
a
it.
little
I said-
dwarf behind
I
a
said, how
screen or
about it
something.
actually being a dream? And you went, what?
Oh, no,
and
I couldn't
as
remember
in,
that bit.
it didn't actually happen. She was knocked out and woke up, and you looked at me like, oh, I was like, no, you haven't seen it, mate.
Well, I have seen it, but I just didn't grasp
No, you
that bit. I
haven't
probably...
seen it. It's not about grasping. It's the beginning and the end of the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
You probably just saw a bit in the middle where it said, if I only had a brain.
He did that very well, you know. If I only had... We should do a Wizard of Oz version of this, shouldn't we? You can hit me on the head to start with, knock me out for the whole of the podcast.
Yes.
And then revive me at the end.
Yes,
and,
go, well, there you go.
There we go.
That's like us watching telly every night, that is.
What, is it?
Waking you up at the end and going, all right.
Yeah, it does happen. I can't argue with that. I do love this sofa. I'll miss it when it's gone.
Yeah.
We're sorry, we're not that poor. We've got to sell a sofa. We just when we move house, we're not taking it with us.
No.
But we need to get one that's comfortable. I sit in here at night, and it's just like Morpheus.
Well, if I
has
put the blanket
wrapped
over
me
you,
in
you
his
don't get up
arms.
for hours, do you?
Yeah, you do that, you bastard. You just throw a blanket over me sometimes.
No,
and,
it's not difficult, is it?
no. Well,
Just, come on.
it's just
Crash.
I'm a non-moving object, and so you just throw a blanket over me and leave me. And then, can you remind me why you tried to ram the remote control into my mouth last night?
Oh.
That was.
No, that was bizarre.
Yes, it bloody well
Because
was.
I was passing you the remote control,
Yeah.
and then for some reason, you opened your mouth.
It wasn't for the
And I
remote
th-
control.
Why
And then
else
you
would
tried to ram it in. No, folks,
No.
she didn't just try. She actually forcibly
No, okay.
pushed it into
no,
me.
I didn't. I just put it into your mouth, like putting a bone into a dog's mouth. And you said, bearing in mind how big a remote control is, you said, what if I'd swallowed it? In other words, you think you have the biggest gob in the world. I mean, oh my God.
No, sorry. I bow to a greater power over there for that one.
Yes, quite. How dare you try and take my mantle?
Yeah, you're probably trying to get that in my mouth as well if I'm not careful.
Oh, I tell you what we haven't spoken about.
What's that, darling?
Been on telly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, here we go. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
but
No,
I just
no.
have to, TV, blah, 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 lovely. Great
Don't say
fun.
blah. No. You see, this is the way you go wrong sometimes, because we've got people on here that maybe this is their first foray into Filaments and Fibre.
Okay.
They've just tuned it in, think, oh, a nice little gentle, humorous podcast I've just come across. And then she says, yeah, tell you, blah, 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 blah. You know, we've got to explain. You work...
No, stop.
Occasionally.
Just a second. The reason why I wasn't going to go into it was because I was going to talk about a little part of it.
Well, no, just background, please.
Okay.
A bit of,
All right. So,
foundation.
I am a fibre artist and I sell my fibre art, but I also work with the Crafty Kit Company and sell their kits. And the TV that I do is for them.
Right.
Because I go on there to demo and sell the kits. And on this occasion, I did 2 shows, whereas normally I only do 1 show. So that was a bit extensive from my point of view, but that was lovely. And I did the first show with the lovely Janice, who I'd worked with before, and
yeah.
on the second show I did
This
with
is
Adam,
Craft Store TV, isn't it?
the Craft Store TV, yeah, Hushanda is what they're previously known as. Anyway, so I was looking forward to it because I like Janice very much. And we were chattering away beforehand because previously she had a bad back and everything, so we were having a bit of a laugh. And then she said, it was just like you and me sitting on the sofa when she said, I had a phone call this morning to say that having a sofa delivered up the back passage. And that was it. I started with the misses.
It's very
The
carry
floor
on, isn't it?
manager burst out laughing, and from then on we were just one lot of innuendos until we got
That's
to
it.
and 5 seconds to go to the show. So that was the kind of mood that we were in, which was
That was
lovely.
very good.
But prior to that, she'd also said that she'd got a Jack Russell dog, and I said, because I have taken a note out of Steve's book here and take every opportunity to promote myself.
Oh, you do now,
and
don't
I
you?
now
Yeah.
have my brochures with me everywhere, and I had my brochures with me behind the counter on the TV, just in case they were required. And so when I was talking to her, I just got the book out and said, "Oh, you might like this then," which was Milo, the Jack Russell commission that I'd done.
It looked like a real dog.
And she just went, "Oh my God," and then started showing it to the camera, to the...
I was watching.
No. This isn't when we were live. This is when we were just behind the scenes. So she started just showing it to the camera, to the director and that up in, they call it in the gallery, don't they? Up in the gallery. And so they were just going through chat, and then we were like, 5 seconds to go, and off we went. And so off we go, doing the normal introductions. I start my demo and everything. And then suddenly, about halfway through, wasn't it, they were just saying to me, what's the biggest piece that I've done? And I was saying about an elephant, because you rushed off.
I was about to take a picture of it and send it through to the studio on an email, and then I looked at the screen again, and there was your brochure, full screen, and Janice moving the pages.
Showing the whole brochure.
You couldn't pay for that sort of advertising.
I couldn't believe it. All I kept thinking about doing was, Steve will be having a heart attack. You will just be going, oh my God.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, well done, babe.
I know, because I just thought you just will love this.
Slightly different to giving to the doctor who's got you on stirrups.
Yes.
That was the last time you gave it.
This was a bit more decorum involved. I felt, but I just thought I'm moving up, and the girls.
So was he when he looked at your brochure.
So we. No one knows what you're referring to. So anyway,
no. Listen to the previous podcast.
So as I was just to the Blooms, and we're all saying about promoting ourselves and everything, and brochures and that, and it's just, we are all starting to actually say, I'm an artist, I'm a full-time artist, here's my brochure, and it's just brilliant. Never
miss an opportunity is what I've always said. Whoever you speak to could be a potential customer, or they could know somebody who's a potential customer.
Well, in the old days, when I was an interior designer, the Americans always used to say, always have at least 2 business cards in your pocket, because everybody's a potential customer. Well, now I have my brochures in my handbag.
That's good. No, it is good. And I think that's where a lot of people fall down, is they're too scared to promote themselves. And not everybody you give a brochure to is going to be a customer.
Why, because you feel like you're pushing... Oh, is that our front door?
Someone is at the front door.
That's someone at the front door. Do you want to go and answer it? No.
The front door.
That'll be an Amazon delivery then.
Oh, another one.
Another Amazon delivery, yeah. But it's probably given us a good out then to say goodbye, because
do we think so?
I think we've exhausted ourselves now. Do you think you've got anything else to say?
No, all I'm going to say is watch Never Mind the Buzzcocks, everybody.
Oh, yes, we've started watching Never Mind the Buzzcocks, a new series, started in September.
We love everyone called Greg, I think, don't we?
But Greg Davis, he's the new host of Never Mind the Buzzcocks.
Yeah.
If you're in another part of the world, you might not be able to find it, but you probably can somewhere on
Our Humour.
Our Humour, yeah.
All I can say is, Ellie Goulding is the Sammy of the pop world.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could have been you sat there, Sammy.
Oh, it was hilarious.
Yeah. So
Head girl.
Watch the Never Mind the Buzzcocks. You'll have a real good laugh. And we do wish you a wonderful Christmas. Whatever your colour, creed, religious beliefs, everything, if whatever you're doing the next week, have a wonderful time.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. If you drink lots. If you eat lots. If you diet lots, but leave it till after Christmas. You don't want to worry about it. We're in the world's in such a state at the moment. Just have a week or two of enjoying yourselves.
I will use the Gregism and say, find your joy.
Find your joy. And we will find ours, and we will join you again just after Christmas. So, with the festive spirit, we say, it's good night for me.
And it's good night from him.
Good night. That was Filaments and Fibre, a Christmas-ish special with Steve Brooks and Stephanie Lester.
I thought of a name for the video.
What?
Snowballs.
Snowballs?
Instead of oddballs.
Oh, snowballs.
Oh, for goodness sake.
I'm slow.
If I only had a brain.